Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the roof on fire. Now, baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire. Tell her, baby, 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 I'm on fire. I tell her, baby, 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 I'm a fireball. On fire, he no lie. Well, y'all slipping, he's running the game. Now, big bang boogie, get that kitty little noogie in a nice little shave. I gave Susie a little pat up on the booty, and she turned around and said, "Walk this way."
I was born in a plane. Mama said that every word was on my name. I'm the best you've ever had. If you think I'm burning out, I never am.
Fireball. Fireball. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I don't care what y'all say. Cause as the world turns, y'all boys gonna learn that this shit right here don't play. That boy's from the bottom.
Welcome to another edition of the Taylor Truth Podcast, where I am your host, D. Taylor.
And I am Tyann.
What? You actually said your
name? That felt horrible.
On the cast.
That felt absolutely uncomfortable.
I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind my business.
That was so uncomfortable for me.
Why is that?
I don't know. There are some. I heard term. Now I can't even think of the term that he used. But I was listening to somebody use a term today, and it was like collective cringing. So there are certain things that make me cringe, and I think I've told you before, like battle raps, like they make me cringe, and like
the Russ Parr Morning Show,
yeah, freestyle rapping and stuff like that. They are all cringing, and so when I because it's me, like when I have to say my name, it just, I know who I am, and I know you have to make introductions, but I just don't like, even the introductions when I meet somebody in person, I'm like, hi. I don't like saying.
You don't like your name?
I love my name. Oh. I just don't like saying it out loud.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
I just want you to talk in the mic for a minute.
Can you not hear me? See, I said my name and it won't in the mic. It was not in the mic.
Oh wow! We have another good show for you this evening. I think it's good. I think it'll be good. I don't know, y'all have your own opinion. But please like, rate, share. As the Bomani Jones said, give us 5 stars. If you don't, we're gonna think you a hater. so
we just want y'all to share. We're trying to get these views up. Not that we trying. That's another thing that's cringy. Like when you be like, yeah, we trying to do this the rest of our, we're not trying to go to work. I just don't like. I don't listen. Y'all know what we trying to do.
That's into true. Existence.
That is true.
Even what's the girl that you like on the TikTok, the actress
Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha Brown spoke some stuff into existence, and the Lord gave it to her. But she said you need to pray specifically.
Yeah.
And she got the specific blessing for a year.
That's true.
And then she had to change her prayer.
That's
so
true.
I'm gonna speak life into what we trying to do,
right?
For forever and ever.
And ever. We trying to do some things. So y'all please share and like and subscribe and do all of those things. So today, before we get started, y'all know we didn't start this thing. I have a wine today. Can you see this, Real?
Yes.
Vino Rosé. There's an accent here. 2018. So we went to
Mellow
Mushroom today, the one in Carytown. You know, there's a Short Pump location, and there's also a Midlothian or Chesterfield location. So we went to Carytown today, and on hubby's way out from our to-go order, this is what he found. It's kind of dry. So it's not as sweet.
It's dry.
But it's a rosé, so if you like rosés, that's your thing. I'm not going to let this bottle sit in vain. That's what I won't do.
So we ain't gonna do either.
It's not gonna sit here and collect dust. So yeah, it's not exactly my favorite because it's not as sweet because I like the sweetness of things. But
you like a dessert wine.
I like a dessert wine.
But so
this is good.
That rosé will go probably with a good steak or something, a good meal.
But I don't eat those, so it'll never go good.
How about you? I'll do my carrot washing.
Shout out to Carrie Washington.
With the same facial expression for everything. Carrie Washington.
Little fires everywhere.
Speaking of little fires everywhere, I know we talked about it on last week on what we are watching. The season finale. I don't know if it's a series.
It's a mini series, so I don't think it's coming back. That's how the book ended, and that's how they're gonna leave it.
But if the book ended that way, why did they have a team of writers?
Because they added. I'm sure I didn't read them. This was the first of many miniseries that I haven't read the book, but I did not read this particular book. But you still have to have writers on the show. Usually your authors are your consultants, but they gonna make stuff good that they think is for television. So they have to make some adjustments, and the other writers are there to do that make the adjustments. Well,
I hope it comes back. I hope the writing team and the style comes back because it was a great show. The way it began and the way it ended, even though it was the same scene, but it was shocking on who set the fire.
Torque asked if this was a bottle of Champipple. It is not.
Not no daggone Champipple, sir.
It is not Champipple. But yes, you're right. It was good. It was good. I encourage, and it may put pressure on the author too to go and write a second part to it. So, kudos to her and our friend Kerry Washington, who you love so much.
You know, I went back and watched what was the movie she was in with Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
Yeah, she was in the movie with Chris Rock. I Think I Love My Wife.
Ah, okay.
And she was playing the side chick in this movie.
She sure was. I remember that.
And I just didn't. She acted the same way in a comedy as she does in a drama.
That's who she is, and that's what they like. But she still can act, regardless of her mannerisms.
She can act. She just is not one of my favorites.
Yes.
I mean, the crazy thing, I think I've almost watched everything she's been in.
She's been in, because she's in good stuff.
Shout out to her agent.
Yeah, Kerry Washington is not on our list, but shout out to her. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Congratulations to all the young men that are now going to be a part or have an opportunity to be a part of the National Football League. The NFL draft started on Thursday, and it just ended about 30 minutes ago. And so we want to shout out to especially our hometown guys, Mekhi Becton, offensive lineman, offensive tackle from Highland Springs, Virginia, went to Highland Springs High School, won a state championship, went to Louisville as a Cardinal, and now he was a top 10 pick of the New York Jets. And big ups to Kevon Wallace. If you know his story from Richmond, the brother and his mom and went through a lot. And he has his degree from the University of Clemson, and now he will be a Philadelphia Eagle. I think he was picked up even in the 4th or the 5th round on today, going to Philadelphia Eagles. Also, Highland Springs High School. Also, they were teammates. And in the last 2 years, the Highland Springs High School has had 4 players drafted in the NFL.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Greg the Torch Dortch went to Wake Forest and came out a year early, and so shout out to Highland Springs, and that's what happens when you win 4 straight state titles. You have to have good players, and these good players, I think they've put like 50 kids in the last few years. No, 50 kids in 50 kids in the last 3 seasons in college, in football scholarship. So shout out to Highland Springs High School for the continued excellence they have, and now you are seeing the fruits of their labor go and get drafted
Yay,
in the
young
NFL.
man. Yay, young black man.
3 drafted, 4 NFL players.
Because I'm rooting for everybody black.
Yeah. Shout out.
So shout out to them. You sure that's all you have to say on these drafts?
I have one other thing.
Okay, go ahead and get it all out. Y'all, look, this is most of the time where I am silent.
The girlfriends of a lot of these guys that were drafted, they was trying to get all the camera time they could.
Listen, they need to take lessons from women that trailed the way prior to them. Just sit down and be there. Just sit down and be there. Don't try to get in front of the camera. This is not your time. And 9 times out of 10, look, kudos to you if you still there when that man is 4-5 years into his career. But I'm thinking it's about a 70% chance that you probably won't be. I'm just saying.
One of the funniest pictures that came back across the interwebs, Al Gore's internet today, was the Russell Wilson picture when he got the phone call. And his girlfriend from Wisconsin,
was so excited.
She was excited, like, Mama, we made it.
You're not there anymore.
And she's not there anymore. Because Sierra is now the wife.
And they are a couple goals. So, shout out to that goal.
Shout out. So a girlfriend.
Just sit down and chill out.
Chill. If it's going to work, it's going to work.
If it's going to work, if that is meant for you, then that's what's meant for you.
But other than that,
CD Lamb clip.
The CD Lamb clip was
hilarious. That was funny.
If you don't give me my bat phone back, give me the bat phone. You about to ruin your payday.
Your whole payday. Look, just chill out. I'm telling y'all, just sit back.
Not only the CD Lamb clip is when the girlfriend hopped on the big offensive tackle that got drafted, and his mama had the mama was like, I ain't with this.
You didn't.
First of all, you won't invite it. I didn't invite you.
She didn't say that.
No,
she didn't say that.
That's what it looked like.
But you don't get in the way of his mama. That's your first mistake. So I don't even know if she gonna make it to the season.
They gonna throw her out for the.
I don't even know if you made it through the season, baby. Like you don't mess with mama, and she had to yank you up like you supposed to been there.
Yank you.
Oh no, sweetie. So yeah. Anywho.
One of the biggest things that was on TV last weekend that had the biggest numbers of the week, it was a collective viewing, was The Last Dance, the last season of the 97-98 season of the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and the coach Phil Jackson and the rest of the cast of characters that is on that scene. And we're beginning to get a lot of insight of what happened, what went on. I mean, growing up, being a big and avid sports fan in 96, 97, 98, we knew some things that were happening, but I don't think we knew we
weren't privy to
all the details. No. We knew Scotty was upset with his contract.
Right.
We knew that Jerry Krause had told Phil Jackson, I don't care if you go 82-0, you won't be back.
Right.
And we also knew that Jordan was like, oh, if he's not coming back, I'm not playing no more. And that was a thing from a athlete that you probably have never heard before, that a superstar athlete will go to bat for the coach like that.
I'm just glad it was about the team and they didn't make this out to be a Jordan story.
But it is a Jordan story.
I mean, but it's still, there are different perspectives, and I'm glad about that. It's not a Jordan story.
Different perspective. I have a little bit of, after listening to some stuff this week, I have a little different perspective on it. Most of us, or most of the people that were watching this, we kind of got our feelings that they didn't renegotiate Scotty's deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know who you're dealing with. Jerry Reinsdorf was the owner. This was the same owner. He's the owner of, at the time he was the owner of the Chicago White Sox as well.
Okay.
Jerry Reinsdorf was the guy that when his Chicago White Sox were in first place in the American League, had a great team. Had Frank Thomas was an MVP candidate. He actually won the MVP that year. Had a shot to go to the World Series. And they kind of blew it up with the strike. That was that year they didn't have a World Series because it was a business deal that Jerry Reinsdorf was into sports for business, not just as a fan owner.
Right.
And so this guy told Scotty, look, I don't think you should sign this deal. At the table, he said, if you sign this deal, don't come back crying. At the time Scotty signed the deal, it was early in it was like 1990. This was right before the season where the Bulls actually won the championship, because they won the championship in 90-91. Mm-hmm. And he told Scotty, if you sign this deal, don't come back looking for no money. He did not renegotiate anybody's deals. Your contract is your contract. And it happened that in 93, 94, the television money exploded because of Jordan. 92, 93, 94, that they had to renegotiate, where they negotiated more television deals. That's when, if most of you growing up remember that WGN used to be big time on Chicago, and we used to get it on cable, and they had exclusive rights to the Chicago Bulls.
I remember that.
And so when they renegotiated the television deal, they kind of got rid of a lot of the local broadcasts, because they wanted to be able to exclusively have rights to Michael Jordan in their games. Mm-hmm. And so what happened was, in the midst of this deal, Scotty ended up being number one, the sixth by the last year of this contract, that the owner told him not to sign, that the agent told him not to sign. But you have to remember that the agent worked for the players, not the player worked for the agent. Sure. But Scotty had some things in his life that he wanted to make sure he had some security. So that's why he signed that 7-year deal. His dad and his brother were in wheelchair bound, and it was 12 of them. Wow. So he was the breadwinner. So I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit.
I mean, you was going. I told you spend 3 whole minutes.
But it was just because of the dynamics of the story. Hot Rod Williams, you probably don't even remember a guy named Hot Rod Williams. Hot Rod Williams, for one point in the NBA, was a top 3 moneymaker. He didn't even start. That's because it was his time to get a new contract. Mm-hmm. So Scotty was mad. Scotty was upset. Scotty blew the whole summer and said, I'm waiting till the beginning of the year to get my foot done, to get the surgery on my foot. And so he was out until December. Jerry Krause was trying to trade for Tracy McGrady. If Jerry Krause would have traded Scottie Pippen for Tracy McGrady, but Jordan vetoed it, that would have probably put some extra years on Jordan's career. Also, with Jerry Krause never changed how he did business. Jerry Krause hired Phil Jackson to put him on Doug Collins' staff to eventually replace Doug Collins. Mm-hmm. In the midst of this, the 96-97 year when they was winning the championship, Jerry Krause was actually courting Tim Floyd to hire Tim Floyd going into 97-98. Wow. He never changed who he was. But everybody else was upset because he did business. Jerry Krause was a shrewd businessman. We was a smart businessman because he was really the first GM to build a team around a 6'6" guard. Everybody else built around a big man.
Right.
That's why Jordan went third and not second to Portland.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right. That's enough of that. Because I know you all tired of it. And episodes 3 and 4 comes on tomorrow night. We'll be watching those 2 episodes as well.
Well, unless you listen to the Verzuz, which we're gonna get into in a few minutes.
We talked about Mellow Mushroom.
We talked about the wine that we got.
Yes.
What else did you want to say?
Mellow Mushroom, go out and support them because they are. They are a chain, but they feel local.
They do.
They feel very, very local.
They do.
And their staff and what they do, and they also give to the community around them.
They do.
So
they're very good.
They're very good.
I enjoy them.
They are a very good spot to get your pizza and your calzones. And they're selling bottles of wine. So they have about 15 different wines up there. So this one was one of the wines that was.
Might have to go back and look.
Yeah.
See what else they got going on.
That's
so funny.
The economic downfall of the COVID-19 or the impact the economy is having. I've just learned earlier this week. We've talked about how we need to. There probably needs to be some moratoriums on rent, moratoriums on mortgages, and
what is this word you're using?
Moratorium. Is that the right word?
I don't know what that word means. I don't know what it means. Please, tell me if there.
I just want to
Okay.
make sure I'm using it right.
I'm not trying to use context clues. I want to know moratorium.
Sound like auditorium.
It's not auditorium. Moratorium, a temporary prohibition of inactivity.
Okay. You told me something today.
I taught you something.
I did not know that word. Let me see. Let me see. Moratorium.
Moratorium, yes.
Huh.
Y'all think I be just making words up.
Indefinite moratorium on the use of drift nets. A legal authorization to debtors or postpone payments. Wow.
Yeah. So
Look at you. Hey, Mom.
I
didn't know that word. Okay, good. Yeah, look at that. Okay.
So we because so many is up to 26 million people are now have filed for unemployment. That doesn't mean 26 million people are out of work. It's probably like 30 to 35 million people out of work.
That's still a good chunk.
And no, that was just filed last month.
Right.
Not including the people that was already on unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So with this happening, one of the bigger retailers across the country, Gap, Gap from the little cute commercials they used to have.
I love the Gap.
And they had really nice sweatshirts and hoodies. They might love the hoodies.
They did, because they always used to be on sale.
Yeah. They're like the Old Navy joints.
Yes.
But they said they ain't paying no more rent. They have suspended all rent payments to every location. They told their stores not to pay rent. Number one, most of them are in malls. And malls are pretty much shut down at this point. Mm-hmm. And so they was like, why are we going to pay y'all rent if we can't?
We're not using the location. But they were struggling financially before this even started.
Were.
So.
And we are finding out that a lot of companies are struggling financially even before this COVID hit.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't. It's been almost 2 months now. But they tell the American people you should have 3 to 6 months of savings.
And we have discovered that corporate America has not done that.
Not at all. They have
not done that
at all.
They're not paying any attention to saving money.
Nope.
They spend it because they knew for some reason in the back of their mind that we won't ever have this situation to occur. Even if I think if it had become because of a depression, depressions are gradual usually, not all at one time. So I don't think they were expecting this at all.
And grocery stores, gas stations, grocery stores are still in a huge boom.
Oh yeah.
Pharmacies are seeing a huge boom, and vitamin stores, healthcare stores are seeing a huge boom.
Real? What is that? Who put that on there?
Me.
No. Okay, got you. Got you. All right.
All right. So, as most of us are basically, I'm not saying at home all the time because it seems like we go out more to the stores now, the grocery stores, but we can't do anything, a lot of stuff socially being together. Um, the DJs have really stepped up their games, and shout out to DJ D Nice. My name is D Nice, although I hate to admit it, taking out the suckers, and you don't know
how
I did it. And that's where we know him from.
Yeah.
And then he got on Instagram and had a live DJ concert and has blown up the Instagram with over 100,000 people following him. So because of what he did, Swiss Beats and Timbaland, they came up with this concept Verzuz. We're gonna go song for song, kind of do a little battle, me versus you, and they have in turn turned this into something super huge, super respected, and it is good for our listening pleasures.
Yes, it's good. It's a distraction, along with all of the regular concerts people were having. I think J Hud did one, and who else had live concerts?
Anthony Hamilton.
Like we said, D Nice, and then of course some of our awesome local DJs.
He doesn't even.
Exactly. Who else? I'm trying to figure out who else did live concerts. Well, anyway, because of the boom in the concerts and the live concerts, I guess that's why Swiss and Timbaland came up with this, this good idea. And it started with the two of them. And then who came after that?
Who came after that? It was Scott Storch
and Manny Fresh. Right.
So, Swiss and Tim, they were pretty decent, but I still would give it to Timbaland for the variety.
Okay.
Swiss, a lot of his stuff was New York rap. A lot of his stuff was Rough Riders. A lot of his stuff was DMX, and even though he had some hits with other artists, but I think for the variety, it was more than me, Tim.
Right.
Then it was Scott Storch versus Manny Fresh. I gave that one to Scott Storch. Manny Fresh was, if you were really into the New Orleans hip hop scene, you might would have gave it to him.
It was kind of one-dimensional.
It was one-dimensional with Manny. Then it was T-Pain versus Little John, which was a really close battle to me. But I will give it to T-Pain again for the versatility. Little John was, as he said on what was that show, Hip Hop Revolution.
Yeah.
He said, man, he's really not a rapper. He was a DJ, and he was more concerned about the chant music than the.
They got the crowd hype.
Yeah.
And so he admitted that,
yeah.
But he's come up with a lot of, that's where he got all his music
and
credits from.
Yeah. So.
But I think you're right. As far as catalog, complete and diverse, it definitely goes to T-Pain.
To me. And this is all our opinion.
Our opinion.
So you can have your own opinion.
Yes.
Don't be like what the top 5 did or last stuff. Don't just depend on us. Have your own opinion. Then it was RZA versus DJ Premier, which I then has to give it to DJ Premier for the variety. RZA has a style. Right. He has a specific style. He has a specific genre as far as music, but as far as movie scores, he transcended from just hip hop to music in the scores.
Stretched out.
He stretched out,
for sure.
But the one that broke the internet, which literally broke the internet, broke Instagram because they weren't ready for the Babyface versus Teddy Riley. Teddy jam for knee now. Nimmy.
I know.
Teddy jam for me.
Okay. Sing your song, baby.
So, Instagram, we didn't know the rules. We weren't. First of all,
nobody knew the rules.
First of all, let's take it back to Saturday.
No, I don't. Listen,
Saturday
was a scratch. And
we got to talk about.
We talked about Saturday, did we not?
No, because it was Saturday. Okay. Our last food.
Okay.
Saturday, we left here to go to the living room.
To go to the living room to listen. We did. Yeah.
Yeah. Teddy Riley jumped up that joint where he had 35 people and was trying to do a big production. And he forgot
the quintessential definition of team
doing too much.
He had the production. He was not social distancing.
He had a hype man that was dancing in the background. I
wish y'all could see Ray's impression of the hype man. But yeah, the guy in the background, he had the L, what you call it? LCD TV.
Yeah, LCD, that jump was cricket, won't even hung straight.
Live instruments, background singers. Like, the initial onset of this was to help people kind of lose themselves
in the
music. It's about the music. It was not about your production. This was not a real concert. Now, even when we were just talking about concerts, Erykah Badu did a concert from her living room, which had a live band in her living room, but the camera was focused so that you could just see her and listen to the music. I think she had 2 background singers and maybe a drummer and a keyboardist. But it's about the music. It's not your time to kind of show yourself so you can get bookings. And I think initially he kind of lost the focus, and that's why. And come to find out, actually, he was attempting to do this for Instagram and for Timbaland and Swiss Beats under the Verzuz umbrella, but he was also trying to stream to his own internet. His own website. And so somebody was like, bro, you can't do both of these things at once. So you kind of had interference. So the mics and everything, the sound was going primarily to the website stream and not the Instagram.
And even on Monday, he had to change up his headphones because of the way it was
sounding. Can't do both. This was not a promotional opportunity. And I think eventually, as they got through the actual battle that occurred on Monday, you could see him come around. It's not a production. Babyface gave you the example. I'm literally going to push play, bro. You play something, I'm going to push play over here. And that's all we got. Yep. So we're going to go over a little bit of...
But tell me,
what?
Babyface wanted the smoothest dude in the whole... He had the candle set up with
a brother that was just recovering from the corona.
From the COVID.
He was
still comes smooth. In that junk with the velvet... the velvet jacket is going to come back because of Babyface.
You think?
I got a black one. I'm ready to bust out right now. Oh, geez. The velvet jacket. He had the candle set up, and it was set up on a way that you could. It was illuminating off the Grammys. He is the one that stole your mama, Uncle Babyface.
Okay, go to the middle.
All right, let's start this off because we're gonna count this joint up real quick, and we're gonna say who actually won this battle in our eyes, in our moments.
So round 1 was Teddy Riley.
That's all I need to hear. That song.
Okay, that's all you needed to hear. Yep. So SWE right here, and Babyface played Toni Braxton's "Love Should Have Brought You Home" last night. So who won that round?
To me, SW Human Nature is one of my all-time favorite songs. All-time favorite songs. The production, the Michael Jackson in the back sample in the background, and it's still a hit. You will still really play. You still really can play that song right now, in any setting.
I can agree with you that just because of the Human Nature sample. To me, is what wins it over. Yeah. But Toni Braxton's song is nostalgic because of Boomerang. So that's why it was a good competitor.
You got to coordinate. See, the belt got to match with the coat.
Yeah, I think it was...
coordinate. You can't be whip. You got to whip that. Bang, bang.
I know, Round 2.
So who you give it to? Because you got.
I told you I agree.
So put your marks on there because I don't want.
Are we tallying?
Yeah, we
this?
tallying.
Okay, I didn't realize we were
we're
tallying.
We're tallying.
All right.
We're tallying, not retaliating.
So round 1 goes to Teddy Riley.
Round 1 goes to Teddy Riley.
Okay, round 2. Teddy Riley played "Make It Last Forever." We are not finna play all of these songs, okay? And Babyface played "Tender Love." That's not even the right song.
It ain't the right song?
It's not. So this is why I
put the phone
down. So Babyface played "Tender Love." The piano portion of "Tender Love" always takes me out.
Yeah, Tender Love is one of them.
So
them ballads.
I gave that to Babyface.
But you know, Teddy Riley would kept taking them trying to take it to the club in the battle, and Babyface like, let me hit you with this ballads.
Because that's probably, let's be honest, that's what he has. Babyface, I think, relied heavily on nostalgia for us.
Yes.
And this is generational, but I'm glad, like Trevor Noah said in the interview he did with them, that another generation got to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, round 3 was Teddy Riley played "Just Got Paid," and Babyface played "Rocksteady."
Let me tell you something. Rocksteady is one of those classic cookout hits. But I'm going with Johnny Kemp.
I had to.
Johnny Kemp.
I had to. It
just got paid.
Just got paid.
Friday night. Money in my pocket.
And they going to play. I don't care if you listen.
And I'm feeling
a
all
whole
right.
lot of us don't listen to the radio now. But if you turn on the radio, guaranteed on one of them, at least one of them 1st and 15th Fridays or every other Friday, they're going to be playing Just Got Paid. Round 4.
Round 4.
Teddy Riley played "Get Me Home" featuring, it's Foxy Brown featuring Blackstreet. So y'all know what that. Yes, that. And then Babyface played "Every Time I Close My Eyes." I mean, I'm sorry. You got to go with Teddy Riley for the Blackstreet song.
What? I'm going with Babyface on that one.
I can't. Like, I like the song. Again, nostalgic, but over "Get Me Home," especially with the Fox Brown rhyme.
You talking about what you'll play now?
Yeah. Even then, like, if you called me these songs, I think both of them came out.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. Yeah,
even in college, if I was lonely in my dorm room, I'm still listening to Blackstreet over "Every Time I Close My Eyes and Want to Cry." So, all right, round 5, Teddy Riley played "Piece of My Love," and Babyface played "Ready or Not."
Who was "Ready or Not"?
I have to play it for you. It's after 7. Oh, you got it?
I think so.
It's an after 7 song.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
I'll
give you everything that.
Nope, "Piece of My Love."
That's
"Piece of My Love." And you know what's funny? When we were actually listening to this joint live, I think we was giving more to Babyface. But now I do put some thought in it. Now that you
look at it, yeah. Okay. All right, round 6. Teddy Riley played "The Kissing Game," and Babyface played "Every Little Step."
I was a fat Bobby Brown. I had the hammer pants. I had some fake steel toes, so I got to go with.
You had shiny shoes.
I had shiny. Yes, I had patent leather.
I had the patent leather.
Patent leather shoes with the steel toes.
Because Ernesto was fancy. My shoestrings was sheer ribbon.
No, I ain't no sheer ribbon.
Well, of course I would not.
I'm a boy. I'm a boy, Damon. I'm a boy. I'm a man.
Yes. Okay. The round 7. Teddy Riley played "I Want Her" by Hugh Sweat. I wanna. Okay. And Babyface played "Can We Talk." Little Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, man, Babyface.
Babyface.
I was all into it. You said Tevin Campbell came out. Tevin Campbell came out on the Twitter and was like, "Yo, this is a song about stalking a girl, but it works every time."
It works every time. You'd be surprised at the amount of songs that were about stalking women.
Man, if you go back and look at some, listen
Well,
to
who is
some.
the comedian that does those videos? You know who I'm talking about. That dissects the songs.
Keenan Pole.
Him. Y'all
Yeah.
check him out
Keenan
on
Pole,
YouTube.
yeah.
YouTube. He dissects songs and he be having you like,
Instagram.
I did not realize that's what that meant.
Tell him you heard it on. You heard his name mentioned on the
Tell the Truth podcast. Okay. Round 8. Teddy Riley played I Like by Guy. I like. What?
The huge spider. I don't have no shoe.
Where?
Here.
I said, ooh, that's that. Anyway.
How do you not smack the spider with the shoe? You
every week, y'all. It just must be when we get in here with y'all that he finds all the spiders. Don't throw the shoe at me like that. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. 8. He was playing. Teddy Riley played "I Like" by Guy, and Babyface played "The Way You Love Me" by Karen White. I'm okay with either one. Neither one of those are like, but I would have to go with "I Like," I guess.
The Way You Love Me is when she was talking about the grits and stuff, right?
No, that's Superwoman.
Okay, no. Sorry, Karen White. I got to go with that "I Like" because I don't even know what your song is. Oh, man.
You got to pull that one up.
Yeah, I got to pull that one up.
I
know I have heard it.
Once it comes on, "The Way You Love Me."
The way. Did they put this on?
They may not even put that on the list because that's how obscure it is.
The Way You Love Me. Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Round 9. Teddy Riley played "Is It Good to You" by Heavy D. And Babyface played "I'm Ready," Lil Tevin Campbell. I'm sorry, Lil Tevin Campbell gonna win. Every time.
Look, Tevin Campbell had a timeless voice.
He did, and he still holding.
But he just got grown, and we weren't ready for Lil Tevin to be grown.
Round 10, Teddy Riley played the show.
That's the song that shut everything down in the beginning.
He couldn't go anymore after that. And Babyface played "Two Occasions."
"Two Occasions" is the most overrated song in the world.
Watch your mouth.
It's the most
overrated
song.
But it doesn't win against the show. But "Two Occasions," I only think of you two occasions that's day and night. I'd go
is there
broke.
Is there any other time is there any other time besides day and the night?
That's the point.
It's an overrated song.
That's the point.
It's an overrated. I know somebody's probably cussing me out on that. To me, it's an overrated song. That's a sappy song for women. I only think
that man said I'll go for broke. Now please don't do that. But the sentiment.
It's the same. What is the Jodeci Phoenix?
Yes.
If you listen to them words, that's
terrible.
An overrated song. It's the same song. It's the same song.
Anywho, it's still with the Teddy Riley, the show. I mean, there was no competition there. All right, round 11. Teddy Riley played Jay-Z featuring Blackstreet, "The City Is Mine." Just the hook by itself. Okay. And then the Babyface played Bobby Brown's "Rock With You."
The king of R&B.
Yeah, just as Lil Tevin Campbell, usually Bobby Brown is going to win. Round 12, Babyface played. Teddy Riley played.
No, Babyface played this one.
I understand that, but we got to go how we was naming them.
No, but that's okay if you want.
So, Teddy Riley played Michael Jackson's "In the Closet," and Babyface played "On My Own" On Our Own by Bobby Brown. In this case, it's "In the Closet" for me.
To me, it is Bobby Brown. Because let me tell you why. "In the Closet" was not even. That was a B-side song on this album. I think it was better songs on this album, on this black and white album. That he should. It got give it up to comedian Tony Baker. That track had a whole lot going on in it. a whole. The Keep It in the Cloud had a whole lot going on in it. But the Bobby Brown, the Ghostbusters joint, the Ghostbusters joint.
Yeah, I mean you right.
Man, look, all right. Just because.
Play on my own. Play on our own. Play. That's what this song is.
Yeah. The actual song outshined the movie. The song was better than the movie.
You're right. I changed my mind.
Yeah, because in the closet, it was a whole lot going on and keep it in the closet.
I changed my mind. Hey, Rail, look at the messages. Why does Mr. Torrek's message says retracted? That means he deleted it?
Was it inappropriate?
I don't think so. Torrek, did you put something up there inappropriate? I don't think you would have, but... All right, round 13. Teddy Riley played Before I Let You Go by Blackstreet, and Babyface played When Can I See You Again? Before I Let You Go.
Before I Let You Go.
Yeah.
Man, that was that Dave Hollister verse. Oh.
All right. You can see it.
That was our breakup.
You can see it on the video.
I can see it on the video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look at it later. What did he say?
It's to the left right there.
Huh?
It's to the left.
To the left of what?
It's not to the left of the house.
Oh, yes, it is. It's just so tiny. Who's supposed to read that?
You.
Who is supposed to read that? You got your disinfectant. I'm getting ready to make myself a cocktail. I'm trying to make myself clean. We're going to get back to the disinfectant.
Yeah,
okay, sorry. We're going to get back to that. That is some tiny writing. Okay. Anywho, round 14. Teddy Riley played Last Year. And Babyface played Whip Appeal.
That's
a tough one.
That was the hands down toughest one.
Yeah,
probably.
That's a tough one.
But
Whip Appeal.
Whip Appeal has to.
Yeah. Alright. Round 15, Teddy Riley played Deep by Blackstreet. And Babyface played My. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Round 16, Teddy Riley played I Get Lonely, Janet Jackson. You can't, I mean.
And this was when the shadiest thing came out. When Babyface said, "Oh, we playing remixes.
I don't do remixes.
That's all right, because I don't do remixes."
He did say that. And Babyface played TLC's Red Light Special.
Give me that.
That's a hard one too. I'm gonna have to go with Teddy Riley.
I'm going Babyface. That Red Light Special was tough. All through the night. All right. Here's the one.
Round 17. Teddy Riley played Jam. And Babyface played I'm Not Your Superwoman.
I got to go with Babyface on that one.
I mean,
because Jam was another song that was a good song, but it was better songs. It wasn't the most memorable song on the album.
Right. All right. 18. Teddy Riley played Rump Shaker. And Babyface played You're Making Me High, which had a hard beat. Like the beat on that was hard. But Rump Shaker, come on.
Timeless classic. I have to go with
Teddy Riley.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. And your boom, boom. Check, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You not go with lyrics like that.
But see, this is the beginning notes on both of these songs were ridiculous because all you had to hear was the beginning note, and you
right. Yeah, that's true. That's
and then
true.
Rump Shaker.
That is very true.
You ain't had to know. That time came on the club, you lose your mind.
That was, I mean, so both. That was a good matchup for him to play that like that. All right. Round 19, Teddy Riley played Michael Jackson's Dangerous, and Babyface played I'll Make Love to You, Boyz II Men. I mean, they had to go to Babyface.
Babyface, because like I said, the Dangerous album was good, but I'll Make Love to You.
It was a good song, but...
Now, what was the song? that Babyface pulled out the acoustic guitar and just messed up. Messed
He
up.
played When Will I See You Again?
Yes. When Babyface played that, you know what? That's why I think I voted Babyface on that one.
When Will I See You? Because he played the guitar.
He played the guitar.
Yeah, even though the song, it was just, that wasn't even, see, if you looking at it like this on paper,
Yeah.
just the song itself. But the fact that man pulled out a live instrument, it was like,
Yeah.
let me hit this for you.
Yeah.
So in the actual battle, he won. But on paper yes.
Yeah.
Tori said Questlove been killing it too.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of his. But I have to go back and watch his if they have him still up there. All right, and the last round 20, Teddy Riley played No Diggity, No Doubt, and Remember the Time against Babyface's Count on Me with Whitney Houston and CeCe Winans and Mariah Carey's When You Believe. Now, I was about to cry. The way he just threw them in there together like that.
But did you know Mariah Carey was singing background on this song? She ain't even had... Babyface is so dope. He can make Mariah Carey sing a background.
I did realize that. So I don't know. But I didn't think they were right to battle each other because No Diggity is like a club song. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you like this. You might have been ready to cry on the Count on Me and When You Believe, but you was ready to jam whenever Remember the Time ended it. That was a knockout blow. Remember the time right when we fell in love. Remember the time when we first met, girl. Well, you had to do the little. I'm going Teddy. I'm going Teddy Riley.
You can count on me.
I'm going Teddy Riley.
Oh, yes, you can.
I'm going Teddy Riley.
Okay. Well, I done took and told you which way I'm going.
So,
I'm going Babyface.
Let's tally this thing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What'd you say?
I said I'll go Babyface.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Teddy Riley.
Don't forget, they switched up on the bottom side.
I circled them, yeah. So I wouldn't mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for Babyface.
We got the same total.
For 2 separate people?
No, both of us. I got Babyface winning.
Oh yeah,
11-9.
Yeah, I got 11-9.
But I think we switched up on a couple of songs. But so Babyface has some. But let me. I believe this to be true because even with those 2 Michael Jackson songs that I didn't allow him. I didn't think were better. The actual production of the song was like ridiculously crazy, but it had a lot of going on. And I would say this, in my honest opinion, Teddy Riley, as far as production, will win, but Babyface, as far as songwriting, will win.
I can give it to you on that for sure. For sure. But that was a good battle.
That was a great battle.
We look forward to, because apparently the fellas are trying to get some more like Diddy and Dr. Dre to do one, and they trying to call on whoever they can because they see that it's possible to break the internet literally with these battles.
The funny thing is because they had a live they had their own live stream, Swiss Beats and Timberland, after it was over.
Right.
And BET jumped up and said, we can do it for you.
See, BET trying to get that money though.
BET said we can do it for you. We got the broadband with to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, we look forward to more. And then tomorrow for your Sunday special, we got Hezekiah Walker.
Pastor Heads. Bishop Heads.
John P. Key.
John P. Key is the gangster of gospel music. He was like, I don't know why this dude called me out.
I can't wait. I'm ready for the.
He said, I got hits from 40 years ago.
I'm
40
ready.
years.
I'm ready. Tracy Walker said Babyface is the winner.
Yeah.
He is the winner. I think so too. I think so too.
But
so yeah, y'all weigh in, please. Y'all can email us or put it in the comments after you go back and watch the video if you missed any of this today. Yeah, please go back and make sure y'all share, please. And we thank y'all for listening. But before we go anywhere, we want to tell y'all, please, for the love
of yourself and your family,
Peter, John, Jesus, and all 12 disciples, do not drink, swallow, inject, rub on, swish around, none of that on the Lysol, the disinfectant. Don't
Clorox, the Lysol.
Do not. It says
explicitly nothing. Do not.
On the instructions, do not ingest. So I don't care what the leader of the free world says. Y'all know it ain't right.
It ain't right, man. Look.
Y'all know that it is not right. And we want you to just use the good senses
that the good Lord
has given you.
That He's given you
to filter out the foolishness. That's all you got to do. Filter out the foolishness.
Tomfoolery.
And do not take shots. Don't mix it with your alcohol. Don't. It won't go down easy. I swear. If the Rona does not kill you, disinfectant will. So just listen, stay in the house. It all boils down to staying your butt in the place where it needs to be. Unless you are essential. Unless you got to go to work. Unless you got to go out and get your food and supplies.
Or just exercise.
Just stay in. We was out walking today with the governor.
The governor, look, the governor she jogs past us. I don't pay no attention.
He was getting it too, y'all. Because
most of them look the same to me. And and she was like, "There go the governor," and I was thinking about the mayor. I said, "Well, that dude
was the actual governor.
He was the actual governor of
Virginia. We went
running
today when we were walking. So yeah, y'all go ahead and do your activities that you need to do. But then what you do is make a beeline and go right back in the house and stay in the confines of your house where you and your family are protected. You're not taking nothing to nobody bringing nothing to you. So do your best to do that. And then you ain't got to think about taking disinfectant.
Miami Dolphins.
And go back to a couple episodes ago, I gave y'all options for immune shut up, Rhea. For immune boosters. Do them. Get your elderberry syrup. If you can't find none in the store, get the gummies. They usually have those in the store made by what's the name of the one we get? Symbicol. They sell the gummies, or even Zarby sells the gummies. They sell a big pack. So get those. If you want, we usually take the extract or the syrup, which we get off of Amazon if the vitamin shop doesn't have it. You want your ashwagandha, take it in the pill form. Or again, we use the extract. We use burdock root. Get the extract or buy you a plant. They have a pill, a supplement. What's the other one we use? Echinacea. Either the pill form or the extract.
See buckthorn
or I got you on sea moss. Hit me up if you local.
We'll ship it. If somebody hit up to Tell the Truth, Detail the Truth Podcast at gmail.com.
Please do. Just keep your immune system boosted and don't think about injecting or ingesting disinfectant. So
or going and thinking you're gonna hit it with some UV sun rays and think you're gonna be
again good. You may avoid the wrong.
He is not a doctor, nor does he play one on TV.
We actually have a governor that is a doctor. He's the only real life one. He does not play it on TV. So when he told us to stay in the house, we believe him. And he was out running, so that was okay with us.
Yeah.
That was okay. And with that being said, we don't have anything else. Please like and share and subscribe.
If all hearts and minds are clear, we can be dismissed.
Y'all watch all y'all preachers tomorrow on Sunday. Make sure you still sending in your tithes and offerings to however your church accepts that. I'm gonna have to stop putting his phone in the closet when we broadcast. No, he might need it. And he's tired. So good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Also, you have an announcement.
You can support the stream in the description.
You can support the stream in the description below.
Yes, we do have a cash app, not PayPal for our shows.
That would be amazing, guys. Oh. Look, we're gonna have to stop telling Ray come on for his church announcement.
Exclamation point songs and space when we end the stream. Then exclamation point songs in the chat and then space whatever song you want.
Oh, okay. So if y'all weighing in on the songs, the way he has it, when the stream ends, you want to hit exclamation point, then space, and then the song.
No. Exclamation point songs.
Exclamation point, then songs.
Yes, then the space, then whatever song.
Then space, and then whatever song you want. So to explain that again, exclamation point, then songs, then space, and put whatever song you want.
Yep.
So that after we stream, if y'all can follow that. I don't know what none of that means, but he got it.
Shout out to Governor Cuomo in New York. He is the best. I like that guy.
Cuomo, he got it. As long as he don't try to run, we good. It's too late for him anyway. All right, peace, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thanks. Bye. It's too late for him anyway. All right, peace, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thanks. Bye. It's too late for him anyway. All right, peace, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thanks. Bye. It's too late for him anyway. All right, peace, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thanks. Bye. It's too late for him anyway. All right, peace, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thanks. Bye. It's too late for him anyway. All right, peace, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thanks. Bye.
Now this one dedicated to the girl with the angel face and the devil heart. You know, so ragamuffin checker, the most beautiful players come to deal with the case. Step up my youth, hear this.
I know this little girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. If I ever tell you about Maxine, you older say I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote.
Real.
Murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Murder she wrote.
Channel with them, I put the face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Follow me. A pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold back and say, girl, you're pretty. Your face ain't pretty, but your character dirty. Girl, you just a act too flirty. Sorry. Come now.
Mama pussy kinda when she jokes and when she jam. She know about you, like I never want. Make love with a pretty Chinese white man and Indian. The wickedest kind of girl, them is a flyers buck up and down. Do you heard about this girl? Her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. And if I ever tell you about Maxine, you older say I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Na. Murder she wrote.
Watch you now stand still. You not pay me like bill. If you test a ragamuffin, girl, you go and get killed. Girl, keep wait. Cause you a crebe. And the lyrics when me talk, if me DJ, girl, come out. Because you nah shock out. And when you hear the ragamuffin, you have to jump and shout. Don't touch me gate. You not pay me water with the concrete. Is great, you underrate. Follow me. You pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Follow me. You pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Say, girl, you're pretty. Your face ain't pretty, but your character dirty. Girl, you just a act too flirty. You run to Tom Dick and also hurry. And when you find your mistake, you talk about you sorry.
Now every mingle and they hear this young girl have a passion for the coolie white man Indian mixing kill and his fan. And just the other day me see her 6 months pregnant. Now she back for sweet again with not a baby in a prom. Do you heard about this girl? Her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. And if I ever tell you about Maxine, you older say I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Na. Murder she wrote.
Excuse me. You never know, so I saw you straight. Ragamuffin Jack and they must come to flash it same way. Oh, follow me. Your pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Follow me. Your pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. So girl, you're pretty. Your face ain't pretty, but your character dirty. Girl, you just a act too flirty. You run to Tom Dick and also hurry. And when you find your mistake, you talk about your sorry. The girl a boss and a brag on, she look sexy. All she worship is pure vanity. The girl a boss and a brag on, she look ready. When she wash her clothes, it dirty. Girl, you not ready. If you can't cook for me, girl, you not ready. If you can't wash me, girl, you not ready. If you know you're flirty, follow me. Your pretty face and bad character. Then the kind of living can hold chaka. Follow me now. Your pretty face and bad character. Then the kind of living can hold chaka. So stand still. You not pay me like that. You a crebe, and the lyrics and the talk. And if me DJ girl come out, because you nah shock out when you hear the ragamuffin, you fi jump and shout, don't touch me gate. You not pay me water with the concrete is great, you under it. Come
Now
on.
you heard about this girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. Man, if I ever tell you about Maxine, you older say I don't know what I know.
Listen, baby.
They love it, love it. They love it, love it.
Candy girl, shake that love it, love it. That love it, love it. Shake that love it, love it. That love it, love it. Girl, shake that love it, love it. That love it, love it. That love it, love it. That love it. I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. I'm Mr. Chico Stick. I wanna dun-dun-dun, oh, cause you so thick. Girls call me Jolly Rancher, oh, cause I stay so hard. You can suck me for a long time, oh my.